Good evening and welcome to the Nevis newscast. Today is Tuesday, March 8th, 2016. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. Pledge for parity, improving economic opportunities for all. That is the theme under which International Women's Day is being observed today, Tuesday, March 8th. This theme explicitly focuses on equal access and fairness for men as well as women in sharing the nation's economic resources and the benefits of economic growth and development. So notes Junior Minister responsible for Gender Affairs, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams.
Women contribute tremendously to the economy and could have been contributing even more had it not been for gender inequality, to which they are constrained. To address the question of parity for women, we will need all on board. Political directorates, progressive thinkers, and policymakers, civil society, leaders, and others to tackle the challenges of gender inequality and to identify strategies for securing a sustainable future for women.
Women can transform lives, especially if they are in leadership positions, the Social Development Minister asserts, adding that they can still make an input from whatever position they find themselves in.
We must band ourselves together in forming women's groups, with one of the major objectives being to push the women's agenda for change that would result in gender equality.
Minister Brandy Williams, who was at the time making an address to mark today's observance of International Women's Day, also expressed her agreement with the UN Secretary General that equality for women is progress for all.
Countries with more gender equality have better economic growth. Companies with more women leaders perform better. Peace arrangements that include women are more durable. Parliaments with more women enact more legislation on key social issues such as health, education, anti-discrimination, and child support. The evidence is clear. Equality for women means progress for all. The call is also clear. Therefore, women must support each other in our quest for equal rights, for human rights, for progress. All hands are needed on deck. The task has begun, and we must continue to fight the good fight. Happy International Women's Day to all.
Meantime, today, March 8th, the Gender Affairs Division hosted an International Women's Day Symposium. Coordinator Lauren Archibald gave the overview.
Our local theme here on Nevis is Pledge for Parity, improving economic opportunities for all. This theme, therefore, looks at equality and equity, fair share for women in every areas of their lives. Women should be given the opportunity to advance and achieve their full potential through their careers, their personal objectives and goals. International Women's Day is a time to reflect on progress made, to call for change, and to celebrate acts of courage and determination by ordinary women who have made significant contributions to our communities, our country. Women have done so much for our communities, so we too will continue to celebrate and salute our women. Happy International Women's Day.
Director of the Department of Social Services, Sandra Maynard, also addressed the opening ceremony.
We appreciate the fact that you have seen fit to spend this day being officially celebrated as International Women's Day around the world with the Social Services Gender Division. I know we would have invited women from all across Nevis, a variety of professions, groups, and organizations. As I bid you welcome, I extend my own acknowledgement and appreciation of your varying roles in Nevisian society, whether it be proud homemaker, mother, wife, girlfriend, student, professional, social activist, politician, or businesswoman. Regardless of our role, this day is set aside for us as women to celebrate our accomplishments, to confront our challenges, and plan for the future. And I think perhaps we should start our celebration with each of us giving ourselves a hearty round of applause just for being good, strong, blessed, beautiful women.
The Honorable Hazel Van Williams also delivered remarks in her capacity of Junior Minister of Social Development. The symposium addressed the two topics: Knowing Your Value, the Key to Unlocking Your Potential, presented by Shanetta Maynard, and Appreciating a Woman's Value, the Key to a Healthy Society by Dr. Patricia Bartlett. Meantime, the afternoon session saw the launch of the Gender Affairs Division's Now program. The initiative aims to break cultural barriers as they pertain to non-traditional occupations for women.
We firmly believe that with a diverse workforce, it's going to create opportunities that previously would have been not available. It's going to create competition. It's going to, for the most part, even add economic benefit where there may not have been opportunities to have him be employed. Don't feel limited by what the norms are. Many times we say, well, I have never done this, but many times we know what we like. Align your skills with your career. And it is said, if you do what you love, you will never work a day in your life.
Counselor at the Gender Affairs Division, Wayne Maynard. According to Maynard, the first set of training sessions will commence next month.
There is going to be a training session in the area of tiling. A gentleman is going to be coming from the USA, and he will be having classes. So we're encouraging ladies to register if you're interested. If you're unemployed, it becomes an opportunity that you might want to explore. Or if you're employed and you would like a career change and feel like that's something that you've been created to do and an area of interest, we encourage you to be able to be involved in that area. This is going to be launched during the month of March, during International Women's Day, but it's going to actually kick off in April. The classes in particular, the tiling classes, will start in the month of April.
Some of the other non-traditional areas, according to Maynard, are truck driving, construction work, home appliance repairs, and engine maintenance. He's encouraging organizations to partner with the Gender Affairs Division as it implements its Now initiative.
We would be delighted. We feel that that would be a great way to give back to the community, to be involved in aiding areas of low employment and unemployment, and really facilitate that business to be able to tap into on skills out there that are being unused just because there is a gender bias towards a particular career. So we encourage entrepreneurs to step forward, and we'll be happy to be able to make that available to individuals, women in particular.
The theme for International Women's Day 2016 is Pledge for Parity, Improving Economic Opportunities for All. Still to come.
I've learned a lot from the Premier and the President of the Assembly about how the government of Nevis handles its relationship with the federal government.
We'll have the details after this break.
The second Nevis Blues Festival runs April 14th to 16th. Enjoy 3 nights of the best in blues, soul, and rock right on the beach at Owali Bay with international artists from the USA, the UK, Ireland, and the Netherlands. The Nevis Blues Festival is the Caribbean's most exciting new music festival. See you there.
Everybody feeling so irate. The other festival is so great.
Welcome back.
I've learned a lot from the Premier and the President of the Assembly about how the government of Nevis handles its relationship with the federal government. And so I'm going to take back what I've learned from the Premier and the President, take that back to North Carolina and apply what I've learned here.
House Representative Greer Martin paid a courtesy visit to the office of Premier, the Honorable Vance Amy, today. Martin, who serves in the North Carolina House of Representatives' 34th District, said it is similar in many respects to the Nevis Island administration.
We are a subnational government which has many powers over our state government, but at the same time, just as the government of Nevis is in a relationship with the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, in North Carolina, we have a relationship with the government of the United States. I'm also hopeful that the people of Nevis and the people of North Carolina can grow a relationship both to exchange knowledge and hopefully for trade benefits also.
This is Martin's second visit to Nevis, and Premier Amy was happy to welcome him to the island.
And we had very full discussions on the way Nevis functions within the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And as he's told you, there are similarities. We certainly would like to establish that link. And I know the President, Mr. Smith, will be talking to you on how we could benefit from any exchanges, how we could benefit from the relationship and ensure that the friendship between your state and Nevis and St. Kitts and Nevis can grow and develop and benefit both yourselves and ourselves. But thank you for coming, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday.
Thank you. And I look forward to hosting y'all in North Carolina.
Well, we may come there to do some promotion and getting more people to visit Nevis.
Martin was chaperoned by President of the Nevis Island Assembly, the Honorable Farrell Smithen. A number of small and medium enterprise SME owners recently benefited from training on crowdfunding, donation-based fundraising for businesses or creative projects, typically via an online funding portal. The training was sponsored by the European Union under its 10th EDF project and facilitated by the OECS Competitive Business Unit.
In 2014, we basically started a campaign to see what SMEs are doing around the OECS, around the islands, and we visited 9 islands and we conducted a survey among the SMEs that we have across the region, and the statistics were interesting. We found out that one of the major areas is access to finance as one of the most deficient areas for us, and we have been looking at innovative ways in which we can actually raise finance for SMEs and the youth. Working with SMEs, I realize it's difficult to actually access that finance. The banks ask for a lot of stuff, and sometimes we, quite frankly, as small island developing states, we don't have the necessary resources to access the finance that we so desperately need. It could be to add a new product line or to actually start your business. So the Competitive Business Unit, we have been focusing on different things. One of the areas that we have seen the possibility is crowdfunding.
The training facilitator was Joanne Headley of Vision Funder, a consulting company which the OECS Commission has engaged to create the first crowdfunding platform for the region.
There's lots of entrepreneurship booming within the region, but we are continuing to see that entrepreneurs have a problem with accessing startup capital. And so what crowdfunding is essentially is you as an entrepreneur are able to mobilize people on the internet, so it's not just within your home space but globally, and to have a crowd support you in starting up your business, your passion project, or your social justice cause.
The aim of the training was to teach the participants strategies that will assist them in accessing crowdfunding.
43% of crowdfunding campaigns fail without proper preparation, so we want that entrepreneurs in the Caribbean get the support they need to ensure that their crowdfunding campaigns are successful. In terms of crowdfunding in the Caribbean, while globally, according to Mass Solutions crowdfunding annual report, there's been $34 billion in crowdfunding, money raised through crowdfunding, but the Caribbean represents 0.1% of that. So really and truly, crowdfunding is an opportunity for the Caribbean to leverage resources and financing to support their businesses and to tap into that global market. I think we have a great place to play in the global economy and taking our entrepreneurs to the world.
Stephen Joseph of the Department of Youth and Sports was instrumental in coordinating the training here on Nevis. That's it for this evening's edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. Good night.